All right, it is 6:33. Today's date is May 22nd, 2025. This is the committee as a whole work session or meeting prior to our regular council meeting. In attendance tonight, we have our newest council member, Mr. Pinter. We have Mr. Martin. We have Ms. Passion. I don't know why I'm not saying council person. Councilperson Grant. We have myself, Council President Camera, and we have our chief with us tonight, Officer Delp, or Chief Delp. All right, we have three committees that we're talking about tonight. I think we have some other conversation maybe to talk about a little bit too, while we can be a little more casual. But so streets, Stacy is not here tonight. I don't know if we have anything specific on streets. I don't think there's anything in the agenda.
The bids were open Friday for the
Okay.
project. They're posted on the website under the bids and RFPs page.
Okay.
There's a place that says closed, and you can see the unofficial bid results there.
Okay, so bid results are posted. I have not seen that yet.
Barb, you want to come up here and sit?
Has anyone looked at those on
No.
council? Okay. Barb, where did you say they're at?
Resources, bids and RFPs, closed.
Okay. Perfect.
It says 2024 roadway improvements project.
Yeah,
Are you on the closed tab?
Yeah. Decker Construction, 188, JLD, 189.
Nothing that has a date.
No, that's 2024.
Yeah, that's 2024.
It's not that year. Closed.
You got it, we're closed.
Why is it not showing?
Look it open, I guess.
No, it wasn't there. Nothing was there.
That doesn't make any sense. Because it was there just the other day.
Okay.
I'm gonna go look into that when you guys are talking.
Okay. Well, I guess we can look at those. You know what, I remember us having a discussion with the bids about having some options put into it, but I don't know if that was ever done.
Options put into,
The bids, like sidewalks, like that was supposed to be an option. Do you remember, who's our engineer?
Mike Flicken?
Yes, Mike
Okay.
Flickinger, I think, was talking about that when the last meeting we had for that.
yeah, pricing the different sidewalk options
Yeah.
or pathway options.
Right, when we were with the residents, so. Do I just need to hit refresh, or did you figure it out, Barb?
I have to get into my
Oh,
computer and
okay.
do this. Way back.
Barb, where's it at? Is it a resolutions or no?
No, she's,
Resources, far right,
On the Middle
Yeah.
Park website.
bids and RFPs.
it's not there right now, she's going to check on it.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. All right, we'll circle back with that then. Let's go to services. JP, did you get bids?
I did. Actually, that's saved for our next work session before I wanted us to get together and talk about the two bids that I received. One was from Brad and the other one was from Josh at Five Seasons Landscaping. But that's for the next work session,
Okay.
unless we want to talk about it now.
I mean, this is your committee time to talk about it,
Yeah.
so.
Bring
I
it up.
can't load my email or my computer's not working.
Like, what, was there a big difference between the two of them? Are they both for 3 years?
I
or
believe
they-
they're both for 3 years. The Seasons 5 had an increment of 5 to 6% per every year.
Okay.
But if we acted now, he would waive that.
Okay,
But I will say that Brad at, forgive me, I don't know the name. Groundmaster Landscaping Services was 36, and for the last 2 years, they've been very proven to be a success. We haven't had one complaint at all. I would, my personal, I don't know if I'm allowed to say
well, yeah, you can.
this, based off of
Yeah.
our,
Existing relationship.
yeah, I would highly recommend
Brad.
Brad.
Yeah.
at Brown National Landscaping Services.
Yeah, and what, did-
And it was 36,000,
yeah,
but that's also, that could be possible for negotiation.
right. Well, I think, we also could potentially have the option with Five Seasons, because they do our landscaping during the year, we could potentially work a better deal with all that as well
I would,
as a package. So not only are they doing tree or leaf service, but also our landscaping. That's a bigger
That's true,
you know,
that's a possibility.
check for them, and they might be willing to,
Negotiate.
negotiate a little better too.
I also just want to say that sometimes cheaper is not always better.
I completely agree.
But Brad has been very committed to this neighborhood.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I kind of want to stick to that, but I will look into that further for the work session before
I do know when he replied about doing the, adding the landscaping to not Farview, Green Line, I need medicine or something today, I'm not, my brain's not in it. Green Line and Minerva Lake, he said that if we signed the leaf contract, that we would get a better deal on that. So, he did mention that in there.
Okay,
And I believe it was an increase of $45 a cleaning, and just for that area, unless they had to do a little extra cleanup, which would be an additional cost, and obviously it needs a little extra cleanup, unless we have our people do it to start it out with, and then they maintain it, so.
okay. I will talk to him and get some better defined numbers for our next work session.
Okay, perfect. Anything else? Food trucks, or?
How's food trucks coming?
Food trucks are coming great. Barbara and I like to get together and just go over the details prior to the Friday so we don't have any more mix-ups. And cross-scheduling, I usually email in a month in advance. Did have a slight snafu with the schedule with Zacky's food truck, unfortunately. I don't know why they had the 15th down. I'm having trouble with my email, accessing prior emails, and I'm working on that as of right now because the iPhone app will only allow me to go 13, 14 emails back.
You can search it, and it'll pull them usually. So if you search, if you have a keyword, just to let you know.
Unfortunately, I don't have a nice laptop that's such a yourself.
No, I mean on the app on your phone.
Okay, anything else for streets?
Services.
Services, I'm sorry. We're being handed streets. Okay, so there's something wrong with the posting on the site, it's not up there anymore. And Barb's gonna work with Mike and, I guess, KGT or whoever to see what's happening, why it's not posted anymore. But these are the 3 bids that we got. So, Strausser Paving Company, 1.7, almost 1.8. Decker Construction, 1.82. JLD Construction, 1.85, almost 6. So, let's see, for road improvement, this is to Mike from Jesse. All right, let me back up. Let me go with Mike's question to, I guess, Jesse. All part 1, attached, please find the unofficial bid results from the 2025 road improvements project, which opened today. We had 3 bidders, with Strausser as the apparent low bidder. The engineer's estimate was 1.76, with the apparent low bid at 1.79. The low bidder is approximately 2.2% above the engineer's estimate. Jesse, I'm confident that I know the answer, but I think it's best for you to confirm in this email string. Can you please confirm that the village is allowed to enter into agreement for the low amount that is approximately 2.2% above the published engineer's estimate, assuming that everything is in order with their bid? All part 2, Strausser is a reputable company that has done work in the village and does a considerable amount of work throughout central Ohio. I don't foresee any issues with their bid. I will prepare a formal recommendation letter no later than next Friday. In the meantime, please let me know if you have any questions. And then Jesse's response was, Mike, you're correct. For road improvement contracts, the village can enter into an agreement for any bid within 10% of the estimate. So we're good here at 2.2%. So I guess Mike's recommendation is that we go with Strausser at 1.8. I'll just round it up for that. Anyone remember the dollar amount that we've gotten without tapping into our funds?
I want to clarify the setting of this project, because is this Minerva Lake Road and the service road? So this is both. We're trying to like package it up as a nice little baby and give
That's
it.
my understanding.
Okay.
That's what it went out as
Yes.
evidently, so.
Okay, so that makes a little bit, I thought we were bidding them as separate projects, because we had never seen anything for the service road in terms of like a workup, a presentation, an email telling us what's
Right.
entailed. But I think that Minerva Lake Road was 1.4, so this means that there's probably another 400,000.
Yeah, 400, that sounds about right.
And I assume, I don't know anything about the service road project, so I don't, what was it?
Well, we'll have to vote on it, here.
Really?
to-
You get a vote on it?
Oh, yeah, you have to vote to accept the bid.
Yeah.
And we will then, once they review everything, because these are just the unofficial bid results, once they narrow it down to, okay, we can accept this bid, then we'll be able to get exact, like, this is what this one is, this is what this is. Do we want to just move forward with A? Do we want to move forward with both? Because, yeah, maybe there's a chance we don't move forward with the full
Right.
amount.
Well, I think that's one thing that came up before you came, and by the way, Mayor Southard is here for the record.
And I was down at the pool, I wasn't late.
It's okay.
I had a meeting with John.
It's okay.
The OPWC had approved a $1 million grant with a $100,000 loan.
And that is not accurate either.
No, okay.
Okay, that will be updated in the next meeting. It is actually like, I don't want to use number, I'm just going to refrain from using numbers, but those are actually not accurate. It is much lower of a grant and much higher of a loan. And if I gave you numbers, I would not be doing justice because I don't want to give false information.
Okay.
But it's definitely, I will say this, the grant is under 500,000 and the loan is over 500,000, but to give you exact numbers, I do not remember.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's a much bigger difference than that. Yes, that is not accurate.
Wow, okay.
Because we pulled it from we actually went to the website, got the information from the website, and that is not what is reflected on the website. And what the website is to go to, I do not know.
Okay.
But I will say it's not accurate.
Is this something we'll be looking at in a work session for next month?
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask, if possible, if we could get all the paperwork together when we're looking at this kind of stuff. Because I don't remember.
No.
And so if it's possible to get the history as well as wherever we are, it would be really awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of conversations happening that we're not privy to, and we're a little in the dark on some stuff. So, which is why Mike's supposed to be at our next meeting, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So
Yes.
That's
so
right.
we can get it straight from the horse's mouth.
It's there now.
Oh, perfect. Thank you. I think one of the questions, again, Mayor, that we kind of were asking about, or that there was a talk about options, different sidewalk types or stuff like that, and we don't even know if that was part of these bids. So I don't know if you know the answer to that, but okay.
Not enough to tell you that accurately. I have not, and in fairness, I have not seen the actual bids that have come in. They are opened and then Mike reviews all of them. I have not seen the bids yet.
Well, all that's online is pretty much this, right?
Yes, correct.
Gotcha, okay.
We do it through Bid Express now. That is what it's called. It's done through Bid Express.
Well, I think this is important, just so council can hear this, so. The project consists of 2 parts, so these bids are both parts. Part 1 includes the reconstructing Minerva Lake Road from Farview to State Route 3, associated drainage, site and signage improvements, and associated demolition and site restoration. Part 2 includes reconstruction Northland Plaza Drive from Ponderosa Drive to Farview Road, including associated signage and site improvements. The work will be completed in all respects on or before the time specified in the proposal document. The document is available through Bid Express at no charge. And then the rest kind of just goes through the ordinances about how we work, so. All right. Anything
Yes.
else streetwise that you know of since Stacy's not here? Okay. All right.
I think we told you guys that the crack ceiling will be done probably within the next month.
Yep,
Potholes were filled,
Yep.
a couple extra areas were done.
yep,
But other than that, I think that's about it on streets.
perfect. All right, last we have recreation and parks. I know, honestly, I've been out of the loop on so much, I don't really know what's going on this year, which is not like me. So pool is scheduled to open this weekend, however, last year we passed guidelines for opening and closing the pool. And there's a threat that the temperature will not be where we need it to be to open it according to those guidelines. I think if the temperature gets up, and there's a chance Saturday, Sunday, I think it could get to where it needs to be. I'm not sure it's going to be there the whole day, so we'll see what happens.
So I'm gonna give you guys an update as to how we're gonna handle it. So at this point, at 11 o'clock, we're gonna make the decision.
Yep.
We have ordered a thermostat that's gonna be put at the pool. And the reason for that is depending on what site you wanna go to, it says it's gonna be somewhere between 60 and 68 is the high in Minerva Park, using our zip code. So each website is different. So at 11 o'clock, I will have him pull it. If he's within about a degree and it looks like it's going to continue to increase, we will open. I'm gonna tell you the odds of us opening Saturday are probably slim. From everything I've seen is extremely slim. Sunday is on the bubble. I think Monday will happen. I do not think it is going to be 65 at noon, but it looks as if from all of the sites that I put together, by about 1 o'clock it should be. We are not going to open the concession stand until Wednesday, because even if we do open, the odds of there being people that are gonna stay at the pool at 60-some degrees is probably slim and none. So to save the village money, it doesn't, in my mind, it does not make sense. The reason that I'm planning on opening Wednesday, it does appear that it should be sunny. In the event that it's not, we will close it. And I don't mean it that way. We're not going to open just for 3 people to be there. We will make that determination then on Wednesday, but we also are trying to give the new employees, before it gets super busy, we want them to be comfortable.
Sure.
So the plan right now is at 11 o'clock on Saturday, there will be a post on the website
And the pool website.
and on the pool website. Are we gonna do a Facebook post as well?
You want to?
And we can do just a basic Facebook post and just say if we're open or not. Like I said, if it's, I know it's gonna be sunny, and I know that people are gonna be mad if it's 62 degrees and it's sunny and they wanna go lay out, but the policy is the policy, and that's what I'm trying to stick with.
Yeah, we passed it, so.
So that is where we are. So at this point, if it does not reach 65 or not gonna reach 65, I also am not gonna play the game of opening potentially at 4. Here's why. Barb is going to be the person to post this. Barb does not work on Saturday, Barb does not work on Sunday, Barb does not work on holidays. However, we're going to be having her do it. It's not fair to make her sit on call all day to decide, okay, pool's open, no pool's closed. I'm not doing that. We're gonna make the decision at 11 o'clock, and we are gonna stay with that decision for the entire day.
Now, the pool software has that option in it, and it can be done from the iPad.
What do you mean?
You can set the pool as open or closed on the iPad through the app.
She's not gonna have access to it because she's not gonna be there. That's for somebody, and we're gonna probably have, well, and the concession's not there. I don't know if we can show someone how to do it.
Well, my plan is to take my work laptop with me if I have to leave town, which I'm planning on for at least one of the days of the weekend.
Yeah,
And once we find out what's going on, I can get in through the VPN and do whatever I need to do,
yeah.
so.
Is it a lot to add, maybe doing a text If it is, we don't have to. I know it's gonna be on the website.
I think the
so-
problem is that not all of our members are from the village
Well, it'd be
on
me
that
and
text
you.
blast. Huh?
It'd be an addition to.
Okay, okay.
I mean, I can theoretically put it on Facebook, put it on Insta, put it on Nextdoor, send out a text, send out an email, post it on the village website, post it on the pool website, and there will be people who don't know. Which I'm happy to do all of those things if that's what you want me to do.
Now, I think it's probably a better idea to get people used to going and looking at the website.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah,
I agree with you.
yeah.
Yep.
Rather than assuming it's
In
gonna.
which case, probably the best option is tomorrow, have the software send out an email to everyone. Because we can use the mail software that's in there, right? And just say, hey,
This is where you're gonna look.
you know, here's our policy, it's posted on the page there, they can view it. You know, if, here's where you see it on the dashboard, we can even change, we can even add a little banner in there that points to it, that says, hey, here's where it shows if it's open or closed.
I did add a little banner to it today
Okay,
that says kind of what we've been talking about.
okay, and then just get people to go there.
And I mean, I think doing that is gonna be great. The other part to this is if we're open Memorial Day and at 3 o'clock, there's 2 people there,
Right.
they are gonna close.
Oh, yeah,
So, I mean, again, I'm not gonna, and I'm just gonna say this, I'm not going to have Barb on call
no,
24/7, so I mean, at some point, it just becomes, it is what it is.
Right.
So, and I'm not trying to be mean, I'm just
Right.
saying that,
yeah,
you know, we don't have a great program to being able to,
right. I think like Kathy said, let's get them used to checking the site,
Correct.
right? That's why that dashboard is there. So let's send out the email notification. You could pre-program something in there, another email blast or something like that if you want to, and then just access it from your phone. I've done that before, where you just log in real quick and change some stuff on it. So that way you don't have to worry about your laptop and all that other stuff, and it will make it a lot easier. If you can kind of pre-plan this stuff, and then if you have to, just hit the button and
I
you're
know.
done, kind of thing. So,
okay, so that's my update for that.
yeah.
Can I, update with the new information I just gathered? I logged on to my Wi-Fi, made a couple tests, and I have this sorted out.
For the,
Landscaping, or.
yeah, we'll circle back to you, yeah.
Mark, for the pool outtake, if you could go on the Minerva Park website, the links are like weird, it's trying to push me to Facebook. So just a heads up, I can show you too if you like, but I just want to mention to you in case somebody goes to the Minerva Park website. I can go out to the website, the pool website, I can type it in, but I just want to let you know the links don't seem to be working. Unless I'm not understanding.
Okay. I already told you about adding the weeding over there. I don't know if are you guys just gonna make a decision on that? Do we have to vote on it? Or
No,
what's
we
the-
have the money, it sounds as if we have the money in the budget, and we have, we're working on getting the PO, but we are also in the process of telling them to go for it, because we want to get it.
Waiting for an updated invoice from them.
Yeah, that's what it is. We're waiting for the updated invoice. As soon as we have that, we'll get the PO, and then, but the plan is, yes, we're moving forward.
Okay.
Just, that's one of the last little spots that just
Perfect.
needs done.
And I know that, the dandelion season has passed for us. However, have we reached out to them as well and just asked what the cost
Oh,
of treatment would be?
We've asked, we just haven't gotten,
That, I mean,
And can I be a jerk for a second?
yeah.
And just remember that as we continue to talk about other things. The communication is
Oh, yeah.
not great. I mean, there's been times in which we've had to wait a couple weeks to get,
Answer.
it's frustrating. I mean, it's frustrating for me because I like to know within a day or two or whatever.
Sure.
So, and I have one other project that I'm ready to wring somebody's neck because they will not respond to me.
Okay. That's good information. Okay, I'm trying to think if there's anything else, park recreation wise, I can't think of anything. Okay, alright, TP?
Okay, regarding the bids pickup, I logged into the Wi-Fi and I got some pertinent information in more detail. So as far as Groundmaster, landscaping services, they were at $37,000 for the 3-year. I got Brad down to $35,000. I think that's like 4 months, plus he's gonna come back and also do the cleanup in the gutters, which again, I highly recommend, Groundmaster. Five Seasons, unfortunately, is, well, they're 3 to 6% increase for the $35,000 a year. So now Brad has the better price, but that's 4 months for 5 Seasons at $8,750 a month. So again, I think that we need to discuss that with council. Probably
So
works.
price-wise, they're the same, but
But
one of them
not
has an
really.
increase. But
Yes.
if we sign the 3-year deal, they'll,
In like 4 days, we're not gonna be able to.
gotcha.
So that's why I'm saying, as of right now, Groundmasters is the cheapest over 3 years, especially if we can lock in that price at $35,000. And he's proven himself
Gotcha.
time and time again in this neighborhood,
Right.
which means a lot, to be
Okay,
in a rather support a smaller business than.
okay. All right. Well, we'll,
And he's gonna submit that. I just have, asked him to resubmit a bid to us in that price. So we'll have that within a week.
all right. All right, any other items that we want to discuss right now?
Can we go back to the pool for a second?
Yes.
If we decide that we want to do any discounts at the pool, each year we do have to pass it.
It has to be each year?
Yes.
Okay.
So we do not have it ready right now, and it's left completely up to you guys if we want to do all of them, if we want to do just the employee discount. I think there is something with the premium membership thing, I think is that $10 or whatever, is that still in there? They're not even doing that, okay. So, if we decide we want to do it, we just need to do legislation. You guys just have to tell us whether or not you want us to do legislation and what we're doing,
Okay.
which discounts we're doing. But as of right now, they will be deactivated until we do it. And it looked like some of them were a little bit off anyways, so, there were some discounts that we never even were. I don't know how, we programmed a couple of them. It doesn't matter. Right now, no employee discounts, we just have to do legislation if we do, or no, any discounts. We just have to do legislation to get those put in there, if we decide to do them. And then we can have that ready for, the June work session meeting, whatever.
That's fine.
Yeah,
That will mean that none of the signs down there are correct.
probably,
Yeah. So Christie will need to take those signs.
yes. So, and she's just been going through the website, she's been going through all of that, just trying to get, the hours fixed. The other thing that we're doing right now, especially because of the weather, we will regroup here once it gets warmer. But as of right now, we're only gonna do 1 to 6 p.m. For the concession stand, at least for the foreseeable future. Weekends is gonna be 1 to 7. I mean, Saturday, Sunday will be 1 to 7. Holidays will be 1 to 7. If we ever get to 90 degrees, we will probably open it back up the full time. But as of right now, in the foreseeable future, it doesn't hit 80 until, I can't tell you when.
Sure, yeah. Okay. All right, anything else? All right, I move that we adjourn then.
Do we want to, does anybody want to talk about anything else that has been going on today? Do you guys want to talk about it? Do you not want to talk about it?
That's kind of what I was asking.
Okay. Eric sent an email out, I'll just bring it up. Eric sent the email out to notify people, I'm just gonna tread extremely lightly. Trees were cut down. My understanding is I've talked to 2 different people, I kinda got 2 different a little bit. It appeared as if let's back up. They intended to keep the landscape as it was.
Phantom, say
Yes.
phantom. Okay, thank you.
They intended to keep it. They reached out, my understanding is they reached out a couple of months ago or weeks ago or whatever it was, and there were several reasons as to why those trees needed to come out. I'm also in total agreement that those trees were gross, but that's me saying that. That was my opinion. I don't live right next to it, but I drive past it every single day. Our maintenance team has gone over and cleaned up limbs from it, trees from it, actual fallen completely into the road in the last year. They are not in the best shape. You could tell they weren't in the best shape. Maybe some of them were, maybe some of them weren't. Is it worth keeping 1 or 2? I'm not here to justify whether or not their landscaping person thought it was a good idea to remove them or not. They wanted to remove them, they removed them. They have been more than willing to, they're going to put together their landscape, they're gonna do all of that. The intent, I don't believe, was ever to just remove it and be done with it. It was more like, oh, this one over here, I have a picture, it's completely brown. That might be an old one. So I think it's just slow down. They're in the process of redoing this, they're in the process of doing all of that. All of the other trees have remained.
From what I could see, and I did not drive by there, but from the photos that were sent to me, it looks like it was just the pine trees that were taken down.
It was this right
looks
here.
like the
He has a
hard-
great picture, actually.
The hardwood trees were left.
So all of the other trees that are on the property, I actually took a picture. All of the ones up front on the side, those have all remained, that has remained. It's these ones right here that drop all of the stuff at the
Right.
bottom and all of that.
Right.
My understanding is it had to do something to do with the connectivity with, their internet and all that kind of stuff, with them being all the way up right there, as well as, Brian, did you hear them, like they were infested or something like that? Did you hear that?
They were very decrepit, infested trees, correct?
Yes, that is what they were told. And that's also what was told pretty much to us, but in a different verbiage. So they just happened to be over there today, and that was what was told to them. So again, the intent was for them to keep them.
Right.
The intent changed based on, I would assume, again, professionals telling them that those were not.
Right.
And again, if you guys all read Eric's email basically says that, again, there's gonna be a plan. It's just, we gotta wait for it, just as they're doing everything else.
It's just a plan.
It's just a plan.
Yeah.
We had a plan to open the pool.
We have a plan to open the pool?
We can't make the weather warmer.
So again, I know it's unfortunate. I'm definitely not going to say that it's not, but it's just kind of like the trees that we had to remove. Unfortunately, it just happens sometimes. And it happened with the fact that people already don't like them. That's just a nice way to say it. Fuel on the fire.
Yeah, well, hopefully, who will review the landscaping plan?
If you guys read the email, they basically, in the event you guys want us to bring it to you guys, just because of what we're dealing with, but normally we would review it, we would make sure that it's native. And I say that, we meaning, office
Yes,
people.
Right.
But if it's something that you guys want involved in, if they decide, like I said, it appears that they're probably not gonna have super tall trees because of what they were told with the connectivity and all of that. They have offered to, that wasn't what I was talking about. They have offered to replace, or, add some in the village somewhere. Phantom has been extremely easy to work with and deal with. I know that, again, there's people that just aren't gonna listen to that, but they are trying to be team players. I understand that you want to read the Facebook page, that's just not what you're going to get, but they have offered to put some native plants throughout, something to replace the image of those particular trees. But again, it's not expected to stay empty right there. It's just change.
I think it's a good idea to at least have council look them over. Just so we can see them, right?
We'll let Eric know. You guys just help me. I'll make a note just once we get that.
Yeah.
At least to bring it to you guys, email it to you guys, whatever, and if you guys want to discuss it in a public meeting.
Yeah.
Which is totally fine with me.
Yep.
And then they can determine.
That makes more sense
I
to
think
me.
that's the best thing.
Because
to do,
it
yeah.
provides some level of transparency when you
Right.
don't get.
My guess
something
would be work
you-
session, to be honest.
Sure.
Yeah,
Anytime.
yeah.
Yep. Okay.
And just to point this out, we wouldn't be doing that with anybody else.
I know.
Okay, I'm just pointing that out for the record.
No, I know. I think it's the right thing to do here now, so.
Okay.
All right. Any other questions or anyone? Okay. All right, we get to adjourn the work session then? Seconded. All right. All in favor?
Hi.
Aye.